So it's a conduct of a,
We have a question. We have an academic integrity.
There are a lot of policies that I know, mostly about plagiarism. The lecturer stressed us about plagiarism a lot in class and about cheating on exams or assignments.
I know that we are not supposed to plagiarize under any circumstances or any method, and every class has the academic integrity policy printed on the syllabus, and for the business school you are required to do a plagiarism tutorial and submit it to provide proof that you are trained to understand what plagiarism is.
I haven't looked at the policies for a while, but I'll tell you what I remember. So TU's policy is that any conduct that evidences fraud, dishonesty, or any form of an advantage one student has with respect to the other students.
The TU policy on academic integrity says that students should not do anything that gives them an unfair advantage over other students.
Like homework, some people don't want to do homework, so just let one person do it and like everyone copies the same thing. Well, they try and change it. They'll change like a little, one of two things to make it look different, but then, bro, it's kind of the same and they don't do the work.
Students violated what's like cheating in class. They can either have their phone on their lap and doing the exam, copying from there, or like they use test banks and have the old test in front of them and just copy from the old test to the exam, or looking at their neighbors' exams, I think.
Like sharing answers between like clickers.
During your exam, by looking up and just looking at other people's papers, that's one of the easiest way. Even though it's not your intention, that would be considered as a way of cheating.
A lot of people, there was this one quiz class, and you're supposed to trade your quiz paper with your friends to grade, and a lot of people wouldn't even like answer the questions. They just like give it to their friends to mark down the right answers, and that's a huge problem.
So there are many ways that integrity can be violated. Plagiarism, cheating, and other forms of misconduct, of being dishonest, or any kind of fraud. It says it clearly.
I have a list. Okay. Some things are very simple, like one student signing into class on an attendance sheet for other people. You can't do that. If you copy anything from another source, whether it's from the internet or from a book or from a newspaper article, and you don't tell where you got the information, then that's misconduct. You can even cheat from yourself. If you wrote a paper last semester and you use part of it again this semester and you don't say that, you don't give a citation, that's cheating. That's academic misconduct. You can't do that. If you give a file to somebody else and they use your file, you're in trouble and you're in trouble. So and maybe you didn't even intend to do that, but if you give it to somebody else and they use it, both of you can be in trouble. So you want to be very careful, because sometimes a student will say, "Can I borrow your file?" just to look at it, just to see what the format is. And then they use it, then you're in trouble. And the person that used the file is also in trouble. Even if it was from another semester, like if one of you wrote a paper last year and then you shared it with somebody this year, it's academic misconduct for both of you. If you are in a test and you use your cell phone in any way, either to take a picture of something or to text somebody or get a text from somebody, or to send an email or do Morse code or whatever, if you're using your cell phone, you can't do that. You can't take a picture of a test because it might be sent to somebody else later on. You're also responsible for everybody in your group. So if there's 3 of you in a group and you all turn in a paper and each one of you wrote a part of it, but only one of you cheated, you all cheated, because everybody is supposed to be responsible for their own work. Those are some of the things. If you've got a Apple Watch on your hand, if you use that in some way, that could be a problem during an exam. So you have to be very careful of what you do.
I'm pretty sure you get an F for the course and you get sent to the dean, and in some cases that affects your GPA. And sometimes I think if you cheat more than once, you might get dismissed from the college, but I'm not entirely sure on that.
I think the first time you'll get an F on that exam or a 0, and then maybe the second time you flunk the course, and the third time you have to leave TU forever.
You'll be taken to the dean's office, and bro, I haven't seen him. I don't think you want to see him, but from what I've heard, it's really a big deal. You can be suspended, you can be kicked out of the school.
Because I remember someone getting kicked out of the school because they cheated after twice.
Probably on probation, and the most extreme will probably being expelled if it goes that far.
The consequences are very serious. Academic misconduct has lots of punishments for it. Some of them are light punishments. Some of them are very heavy punishments. You can get a 0 on an exam. You can get a 0 on a project that you've turned in. And if the project counts a lot of the percentage of your semester grade, that could really hurt your grade for the whole semester. You could get an F for the class, or you could get your grade reduced for the class. Sometimes professors will give a punishment of a 0 on an exam, and then they lower the grade another letter grade. So that's very serious to your grade. If it's a really serious misconduct, you could be dismissed from the University of Tulsa. And the thing is that we like you guys. We don't want any students to get dismissed from TU from any reason, but especially for misconduct. But we also don't accept misconduct. If we accepted misconduct, we're saying go ahead and cheat, and we're not going to say that. We don't want you to cheat. We want you to earn your degree the right way. And if you earn it the right way, you don't want other students to cheat and get a degree because they got it easier than you did. And we want everyone to work for their degree and earn their degree.
Study-wise, it's good to work with other people. Like the working with other people lets you see how the problem can be solved in different ways. And also once you go take an exam, some things that someone might say will just jump into your head, like you don't really forget what you've studied. So that's what really helped me.
The advice is that you shouldn't cheat, because you should feel ashamed, like shameful of yourself if you cheat, because that is so bad. Because we're here to study and be better, not cheat.
So just don't do it. Cheating's bad, I've heard. My mom told me, so it's probably true.
In the end, hard work beats everything. Cheating might be an easy way out, but I feel like it feels a lot better to get an A when you actually worked for it.
Don't do it. Don't do misconduct. There's a plagiarism tutorial that students can have access to that teaches all about the different ways to do misconduct. Talk to your English professor, talk to your class professor, talk to an assistant dean or an associate dean. Talk if you think that it might be questionable, it probably is. But if you're not sure, then talk to somebody. Talk to one of your professors and say, I was thinking about doing this. Can I do this? And if you can't, they'll say no. Or if it's allowed, they'll tell you if it's allowed. But again, we want you to all earn your degree from TU and walk across the stage and graduate and get your diploma. We don't like you to be in trouble. It's not fun for us if you're in trouble, and we want you to graduate. So we want you to take advantage of the education at TU and earn a degree. Sometimes I think that students think professors don't read their papers. They read your papers. And professors are very good at figuring out what is misconduct, what is plagiarism, what is cheating. They know how to do that, and they're really good at it. And if you get caught, you are going to be punished. And so just don't do it.